In the halls of power, a line was crossed, and one woman refused to stay silent. Good morning, I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno, and this is At the Forefront. In Manila City Hall, a private encounter turned into a public reckoning. A young woman chose to speak. Her story ignited a conversation on respect, accountability, and the line that should not be crossed. Can the system that breeds power also uphold dignity when one woman demands justice? Joining us today is Manila City's 4th District Councilor Eunice Castro. Good morning, Consi Eunice.
Good morning, Attorney Karen.
Consi Eunice, you gave a privileged speech in Manila City Hall na galit ka at naiiyak ka din. Can you give to us the backstory? Ano ba talaga ang nangyari that led to that privileged speech?
It's actually a multiple incident. And siguro suppressed na ang feelings ko at that time na nangyari yung pinaka-recent incident nun. Kaya during my privilege speech talagang masakit, galit talaga ako. Kasi doon ko lang na-release yung emotions na pinipigilan ko for quite a time na.
When you say multiple incidents, ano to? Multiple incidents of harassment? Kasi what we gathered from your speech, of course, is this is directed against a counselor, a fellow counselor mo na male sa Manila. Pero parang may harassment na nangyari.
Yes, incident siya na nangyari every session, which I've said during my privilege speech. Yung mga encounters namin, kasi sa harap ko lang siya nakaupo eh.
So ano ba yung mga sinasabi niya that for you constituted harassment?
Like referring to what I am wearing and saying something na hindi naman proper and unsolicited compliments.
Okay.
Yes.
But if it's compliments, di ba minsan it can be flattering if it's compliments and it would sound like you're being admired. Pero ito, ano ba yung improper or inappropriate sa mga compliments niya? Can you give us like examples
like
of
what I've
words
said doon.
that were
like
used?
what I've said doon sa privilege speech ko, whenever na pag nakasuot ako ng kita ang chest ko or medyo kita yung cleavage, he would turn around to me and sasabihin niya sa akin yung salitang, "Uy, sexy." Mako-conscious ako and isasara ko yung damit ko. Sasabihin niya, "Ba't ko sinasara? Buksan mo, ang sexy mo." And I think that's not proper. Like in a setting of an ongoing session, na gumagawa kami ng mga batas, nag-approve kami ng mga resolution.
Did you ever try to talk to this counselor directly to say na itigil mo na or can you stop these comments? It's making me feel uncomfortable.
Hindi ko siya in-entertain. Whenever na ginagano niya ako, tapos na yung usapan doon, lilingon na agad ako sa session, makikinag na ulit ako. Hindi ko siya in-entertain whenever na may ganong interactions.
So this happened in a span of what? How many weeks or months?
Yeah, since July na nag-start yung session namin.
And he never asked you out, so it wasn't really just admiration. Parang hindi ka ba niya in-ask out at some point?
I don't wanna further explain to that part because I really wanna contain the issue and matters inside our city council first. So I don't wanna give comments na i-divulge yung information po.
Okay. And at what point, ano yung breaking point na may nangyari kaya nag-decide ka na finally, I will give a privilege speech?
That is, anong nag-privilege speech ako.
Ano yung nagtulak sa'yo finally na magsasalita na ako?
Ginather ko talaga yung courage ko kasi ganun pala yung feeling ng isang victim. Ang hirap pala kasi andun yung takot sa'yo na baka husgahan ka, hindi ka maintindihan. Kaya it took me 2 weeks before doon sa pinaka-recent incident bago ako nakapagsalita at tumayo doon.
May mga nagsasabing office banter lang or biro ang mga mensaheng natanggap mo.
Yes.
What is your response to that?
Para mo namang kinukondone yung isang bagay na alam naman nating lahat na mali. So, maraming pwedeng sabihin na biruan. Pero, I think yung mang-sexualize ka ng isang babae in a proper setting, that's not proper for me.
Was it difficult to speak out? Like you said, diba, ang tagal mong inisip dahil ayaw mong mahusgahan. Gaano kahirap ba magsalita in a male-dominated council?
Yes, like what I've said, mahirap kasi nga sabi ko din doon sa privilege speech ko, usually may stigma sa isang work environment na pag nilalabanan mo yung mga ganong tao, lagi kang nahusgahan, na ayaw ka na nilang katrabaho, lagi kang na-isolate. Kaya perception natin yun eh. Pero I'm not pertaining to my colleagues itself and to the whole city council itself in general.
Nung nagsalita ka ba, na naramdaman mo yun na parang hinuhusgahan ka, anong yung reaction ng mga kasama mo sa council?
Hindi ako nakaramdam ng ganun sa kanila. Family talaga ang turingan namin. Siguro indication na rin yon na yung admin na meron kami, yung executive na meron kami is transparent. Kasi hindi ako tatayo doon ng komportableng sisiwalat ko lahat at confident akong tapusin yung privilege speech ko kung hindi supportive ang mga kasamahan ko din at that time na nag-privilege speech ako.
What about your family and friends? Anong type of support or reaction ang meron sila nung nagsalita ka publicly?
They were really crying. Yung mata ng mama ko after ko mag-privilege speech at that time, talagang magang-maga. Kasi siya talaga yung nagpo-push sa akin na ilaban ko yung sarili ko.
So nasabi mo na sa mommy mo?
Na sa kanya ko talaga unang nakwento lahat yung experience ko. And from time to time, sinasabi ko sa kanya. Kaya nung nagkaroon na ng physical na hand gesture na parang, iba na to Kasi we joke around, yung sinasabi niyang joke around. Okay, sige, parang kahit nasasaktan ako, pero iba yung pangbabastos na gano'n, na to think na pareho kaming counselor. Yes.
Ang sinabi ni Vice Mayor Chi Atienza ay the council will ensure due process. What is your reaction to that? Nag-file ka na ba ng formal na kaso against this other councilor?
Again, I want to contain everything first, and I also respect the city council to have an acumen judgment in regards to the incident that I forwarded to the Committee on Ethics po.
So nag-forward ka sa Committee
Yes
on
po.
Ethics
Yes. After,
ng formal case?
Yes,
Oo.
ng complaint after the privilege speech then.
Well, we have laws like the Safe Spaces Act. Is that something that you're considering on filing in the courts?
We will see. Yeah, we will see.
Titignan mo na lang kung
Yes,
anong
we
mangyayari
will see.
dun
We
sa
will definitely
ethics
see.
complaint
Yes,
mo.
yes.
And, well, I guess pwede ko naman sabihin yung pangalan because sinabi mo naman sa privilege speech mo yung pangalan of the person involved, si Councilor Ponce.
Yes.
Nag-apologize na ba siya sa'yo?
Right away, after nung privilege speech ko, nag-apologize naman si Councilor Ponce.
At tinanggap mo na ba yung kanyang apology?
Again, mag-ano pa lang din po tayo sa Committee on Ethics, but as mentioned ko earlier with my former colleagues, all I want is a public apology at that time ng incident na nangyari yun sa aming dalawa, na ginawa niya yung hand gesture na yun.
And if he were to give that public apology, itutuloy mo pa rin yung ethics complaint?
No, siguro hindi na kami dadating sa puntong ito kung nangyari yung public apology niya. Kasi there's other issues circulating going around na. Kasi other public officials were talking about it. And I'm really not comfortable na nung mga sumunod na days na yun.
So you mean ngayon it's beyond reconciliation at this point?
Again, I want to contain everything first.
Sige, so ngayon
I hope,
papadaanin mo muna sa ethics.
Yes, so.
Dun sa ethics complaint mo, titignan
Yes.
mo kung ano mangyayari
Yes
doon.
po.
Beyond this case, what systemic changes in government workplaces would you like to see, given what happened to you?
I think the culture. But I'm not, again, pertaining to our admin itself because they are very transparent. As you see, di ako makakatayo doon at confident enough and comfortable enough to speak out. kultura sa lahat. Yung kulturang meron tayo. Sana itong magsilbing aral. Sana maging indication to na hindi okay yun. Na dapat sa mga kababaihan, tinatayuan natin to, nilalabanan natin.
Based on your experience growing up dito sa Pilipinas, bakit mo nasabing nasa kultura natin yung ganitong pananaw na hindi minsan nagagalang ang mga babae?
Double standard pagdating sa atin Kahit anong maging reaction mo, laging may sasabihin sa'yo ang tao. Tapos sasabihin nila, pag nag-react ka in any way, sasabihin nila, isu-sugarcoat nila yon na biro lang yon. So paano ba tayo magre-react sa tamang paraan? Saan ba tayo pipitik? Kadalasan.
Tapos pag hindi ka naman nagre-reklamo and you're consenting, sasabihin nila, nagko-consent ka naman o...
Binibigyan mo.
Oo, binibigyan mo ng rason
Yes.
para itrato ka ng ganon. What kept you going before when people tried to downplay or dismiss your experience? Naramdaman mo rin ba yun? May mga nagsabi na pabayaan mo na lang yan or ayusin nyo na lang?
Yes po, meron. And masakit sa part ko yun. Kasi sa akin, nasaktan talaga ako ng totoo. And sana iwasan natin yung ganon. All feelings are valid. So sana we have to acknowledge each feelings. Hindi sa nag-iinarte lang. Kasi hindi lahat ng tao kayang i-absorb ang negativity ano yung mga nangyayari sa kanila ng ganon-ganon lang. They cannot flush it out altogether.
Consi Eunice, nung nag-privilege speech ka, yung galit mo noon, naiiyak ka din. But now that nandito ka sa interview, pag pinag-uusapan natin yung incident na yun, parang naiiyak ka pa din. Bakit?
Siguro, healing time. Na-release mo, then, acceptance. Siguro andito ako sa acceptance. Kailangan kong tanggapin na nangyari sa akin yung pangyayaring yun. And shinare ko, yung pag-share ko, sana magsilbing inspirasyon.
Para sa mga babaeng natatakot pa rin magsalita, yung
Tama.
may mga pinagdaanan na harassment or may pinagdadaanan pa rin ngayon na harassment in the workplace
Tama.
or in other areas of their lives, anong masasabi mo sa kanila para hindi sila matakot magsalita about what's happening to them?
Di sila nag-iisa, kaya nga ako tumayo para i-encourage sila, natayuan nila yung sarili nila. Kasi walang gagawa nun kung hindi sila.
May mga nagsasabi na speaking up could hurt one's political career. Na-experience mo ba ito at how did you overcome that fear? But before you answer this question, let's take a short break. At the Forefront, we'll be right back. Welcome back at the Forefront. Consi Eunice, may mga nagsasabi na speaking up could hurt one's political career. Is that something you experienced? And with that in mind, hindi ka ba natakot na magsalita?
Atty. Karen, oo. Yan yung isang kong kinatakot. Totoo. Kaya natagalan ako. Natakot talaga ako sa career. Sabi ko baka eto na rin yung end na dito matapos yung pagiging public servant ko.
And this person, si Councilor Ponce, mas senior siya sa'yo, mas
Yes.
matagal na sa politika.
Yes.
At mas kaibigan niya rin yung mga kasama mo.
Yes. Kaya talagang medyo takot-takot that time. Kaya prayers talaga ang nakatulong sa akin. Prayers.
Well, now, sabi mo, at least supportive yung mga kasama mo sa council. So, would you say na hindi naman pala totoo yung gano'n na right now, in at least our day and age, kahit magsalita ka publicly about harassment, it won't damage your career?
Yes, I really appreciate talaga the executive and my colleagues. I really appreciate them. Talagang sila yung type of persons na hindi na nila na-remind after sa akin yun. And we move forward. Regular na ang nangyari na nagtatrabaho kami. And that's something I really appreciate and value
May sinabi ba si Yorme, si Mayor Isko Moreno, nung naging public itong incident na nangyari sa'yo?
Wala naman po. Wala naman po. Si Yorme is very transparent when it comes to us and to everyone else. And yun lang, na-remind niya na lang kami ulit na refrain from anything. Refrain from talking about it. And appreciate ko dun yung sinabi ni Yorme na help Eunice na mabuild ulit yung confidence niya.
That's good to hear. Meron ba mga babaguhin sa rules ninyo sa council or sa City Hall because of this incident?
Now I'm not sure, pero yes, siguro eventually. And I think Vice Mayor, she is very vocal about it po.
Let's go
reminders.
to now your experience as councilor. You were a newbie councilor nitong 2025 elections.
Yes.
Can you describe to us, kamusta yung first 100 days mo as a councilor?
Sobrang na-enjoy ko kasi talagang nagpa-participate ako sa mga committee hearing. Lahat ata ng hearing, inatanan ko kahit hindi na ako member. Kasi gusto ko makinig sa mga tinatakal ng mga ordinances na pwedeng maipasa sa city namin. Tsaka, very active din ako sa session.
You were previously an SK president. How would you compare the work that you were able to do before as SK president and now as councilor? Ano yung mas fulfilling between the two?
Siguro nung SK Ped ako, pangkalahatan kasi so buong distrito nakaka-interact ko. Unlike ngayon, nakapokus na lang ako sa isa kong distrito. Kumbaga, iba ng tinatakel, ibang organization, pero parehong baba sa tao ang ginagawa.
So pareho lang siya.
Yes.
I mean, both fulfilling
Yes.
for you. Sa District 4, anong mga isyung pinakamalapit sa puso mo ngayon?
Sa akin, ay yung mga bata. Yung mga batang may autism. Yan ang pinakamalapit sa puso ko ngayon. Lalo na yung mga matatanda rin namin na mga stroke patient. Kasi ako, umiikot ako pinapaikot po kami ni Yorme. Kami ang pinagbababa ni Yorme ng mga financial, medical assistance na galing sa opisina niya. Kaya kami, first hand, makikita namin kung ano yung problema, ano yung mga issues sa mga areas po namin.
Anong type of tulong ang ibinababa ninyo? Nagbibigay ba kayo ng mga gamot?
Gamot, yes.
Health services as well? Like, merong entitlement yung mga taga Manila sa free health services?
Yes po, meron. Yun ang isa sa mga inaayos ni Yorme sa City of Manila. Ito na lang yung very recent sa distrito namin, pina-renovate niya ang ospital ng Sampaloc. So, before matapos ang taon na to, matatapos po yun.
Busy ka sa pag-iikot para sa community education on the Safe Spaces Act at gender sensitivity training. Dati ka pa bang active with respect to this advocacy, or was this triggered by what happened to you?
More like yes, it is trigger nung nangyari sa akin. Kaya nai-invite ako ngayon to speak out, to share my experience. And sobrang na-appreciate ko yung circle nila na yon, na very supportive.
When you attend yung mga ganitong types of speaking engagements, do you end up finding out kung nangyayari din ito sa ibang mga kababaihan?
Ang dami.
Ang madami.
Lahat sila.
Nagko-confide sila sa iyo?
Yes, my own experiences. And lahat sila sinasabi sa akin na hindi ka nag-iisa. Alam mo, yun yung something na na-appreciate ko doon sa mga talks nila and seminars na ginagawa nila. Actually, alam mo, dapat kailangan natin yun sa mga communities natin na binibigyan natin ng kaalaman ang tao tungkol doon.
Well, now that you're saying na marami palang babae na pinagdadaanan to or nangyari sa kanila ito, do you think that there are other changes that we need? Kasi meron naman tayong Safe Spaces Act, anti-sexual harassment
Yes.
law. It's very limited. Kailangan merong certain types of relationship, like it has to relate to a boss or someone that has a superior
Yes.
position as to you. So, dapat ba baguhin natin yung batas on sexual harassment and yung mga forum where women can report cases of harassment or violations of the Safe Spaces Act?
Actually, mas refine. Walang kailangan baguhin. Kailangan may idagdag. At sana walang kinikilingan yung batas. Batas na patas sa lahat. Walang kinikilingan na antas. batas na may ngipin. Yun po ang kailangan natin.
May naiisip ka bang ordinance specifically for your district na maaaring makatulong para mabago yung sinasabi mong kultura natin sa Pilipinas na hindi ginagalang ang mga babae?
Yes, yung Bawal Bastos Act na i-adapt locally sa amin. At mas i-refine natin yung penalties, yung pagkakakulong para may takot silang wag gawin yun.
What about reporting? Baka naman pwedeng mas madaling i-report na hindi masyadong, intimidating. Kasi sa ngayon, if you have to go to a police station to file a police report and then, appear before a prosecutor, parang nakaka-intimidate yung proseso. Meron ka bang naiisip na paraan na gawing mas simple yung pag-report?
Yes, pinag-usapan na rin namin ng isang organization kasi gusto namin mag-conduct ng seminar para dun sa mga BAUC officer. For example, sa mga bara-barangay. Mas papadaliin, gusto namin kumonect sa mga iba-ibang departments na easily na pwedeng tawagan, na pwede nilang i-reach para manghingi ng tulong. Yung komportable sila. Kasi minsan sa isang babae, nahihirapan silang mag-confide. Kasi doubtful sila.
What does the phrase, when women speak up, society wakes up, mean to you now?
Inspiration. Baka pag pinagsama-sama natin yung boses natin, baka magising ang lahat. Baka magising ang lahat na hindi tama yun. Na hindi dapat ino-normalize yun.
Nung 2025 campaign period, for the first time, merong mga pinaila ng COMELEC ng, binigyan nila ng mga notice to explain or show cause order at meron din mga under threat of disqualification because of mga comments that are offensive to women, single parents, or even to the LGBTQ community. Palagay mo ba nagiging mas effective na yung mga ganitong incidents in terms of changing the mentality of men in the Philippines? Sana po. At sana kung mas papalawakin pa natin yung ganitong boses, mas mababago natin yung kulturang meron tayo. Beyond the laws, ano pa ang palagay mong kailangan nating gawin or baguhin sa kultura para tunay na talaga maramdaman yung respeto para sa mga kababaihan?
Magkaisa ang mga kababaihan when it comes to these issues. Sana wag natin i-condone yung ginagawa ng mga kalalakihan sa atin. Kasi kung nakikita nilang may loophole sa atin, sa samahan ng mga kababaihan, doon tayo nababasag eh. Kasi hindi tayo sama-sama sa kaiisan ng tinitignan para sa kababaihan.
At ano naman ang mensahe mo sa mga lalaking may kapangyarihan na dapat marinig ang salitang respeto?
Sana wag nyo naman i-overuse yung power ninyo. Maraming naniwala sa inyo, maraming nagluklok sa inyo. Sana hindi laging pang sarili lang. Sana isipin nyo yung pangkalahatan. Kasi kayo namang nakaupo sa matataas na posisyon, may kanya-kanya kayong pamilya. At laging may balik ang pagkakataon at panahon.
Maraming salamat, Consi Eunice. And I hope ma-resolve nyo itong nangyari sa iyo para hindi na maulit sa mga ibang babae. Thank you again, Councilor Eunice Castro. Councilor Eunice Castro spoke when silence was safer. She stood when power tried to break her. Because courage isn't just found in fighting back. It's in refusing to be silenced. In every woman who speaks, respect finds its voice. Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. Always stay at the forefront. Join us again tomorrow for conversations on issues that matter. And before we part ways, Bilyonaryo News Channel is inviting our dear viewers to help those affected by the recent earthquakes in Cebu and Davao. You may send your donations through the Tulong Abante Drive. Just scan the QR code and any amount will go a long way. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno. Thank you for spending your morning with us.